Good morning everybody, welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video right here on XRP, in which we are going to be talking about whether XRP is breaking out, yes or no, which is something we spoke about a little bit earlier yesterday as well. Of course, first of all, brief reminder that we have some major economic data coming out tomorrow with the CPI and inflation rate data, and I would also say just in general that it's good to expect some more volatility. The S&P 500 has opened a little bit lower today, probably because of all the news that we had over the course of the weekend. So that will have an effect, especially after the US session opens. That will have a major effect on crypto as well. But XRP has been doing great. I mean, you can see right here on the 1 hour time frame that yesterday evening we got a beautiful reaction to the 1 hour trend. So the 1 hour is trending up, the 4 hour time frame is trending up, the 12 hour time frame is trending up, and we are at a major resistance level right here between $2.9 and $3. Now yesterday, what we spoke about is the possibility of actually breaking out here, right? Because what I said on Friday and what I also leaned towards yesterday is that there was a possibility of breaking out higher. I mean, it's very clear that there's momentum in the markets now. That the last time I've seen momentum like this was very much November, December last year, right? And back then, XRP did break out. XRP broke out numerous times during that massive rally that it had right here, and it also barely had any major pullbacks. So that's why I'm telling you right now as well. You know, can we break out? Yes. However, I'm still relatively undecided on what I think is most likely. Now, I'm not undecided on how I'm going to trade this, right? And I told you yesterday as well, if XRP is going to get that breakout above $3 and 2.9 with volume, which right now the main question I would argue is, do we actually have volume? But okay, but if we actually are able to break out above that, so at this point of time, we haven't done that. I mean, we reached those weak highs that we also created on Friday, and so far we're rejecting from that. So I do need to see some more confirmation, but I also think it's good to realize that, you know, there are some bearish divergences on the higher time frames, right? On the 4 hour time frame here, you can see the price actually did reach slightly higher, and it did so with quite a lot of leverage coming in, as you can see right here overnight, which was also to be expected, right? Because we saw a pretty major short squeeze or a short hunt on Bitcoin, and that's what we spoke about in my Bitcoin videos yesterday as well. So if that happens on Bitcoin, that's also going to happen for coins that are very correlated to it, which historically XRP, Ethereum are. So that's why we moved up. But like I said, we moved up on quite a lot of leverage, and we did not move up on a lot of spot volume, and we also did not move up with the RSI making higher highs, which was going to be very difficult because the RSI topped out at 93, but still. So I still I'm still very neutral right here on XRP, and especially look technically, especially when you think back of how that 1 hour time frame looked. By the way, my eyes are extremely irritated, so if I blink a lot, that's it. But if we look at that 1 hour time frame, you can see a lot of momentum technically, right? And that is true, and that's also why I'm telling you that I am undecided. Because on the other hand, I think Bitcoin is topping out soon. If I take a look at something like the S&P 500 opening lower, if I know that inflation rate data is coming out tomorrow, fundamentally I still have a bit of a bearish bias, right? So I am still going to tell you that I think it's more likely that from the current area, which is basically exactly the same what I said yesterday. Yesterday I said I think we can get up there with a bit of a short squeeze market wide, and then we're going to get a pullback into that level at 2.6 first. I still think this is most likely, even though technically I am ready for both scenarios. So those are my thoughts. Hopefully it helps somewhat, or at least the showcase of all the relevant indicators right here, but those are my thoughts, right? So I will keep you updated on this in my middle of the day market update, of course, but for now that's it. So thank you for watching, take care, and bye.